Let me see here a second. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream today. Hope everybody's doing well. Apologies, I wanted to start sooner. I got held up with my dad. I'm talking with him. Talk about phone bills and whatnot. Hello, hello. Yeah, I wanted today to be a day where I streamed for a fair majority of it earlier in the day as well. But didn't happen. I slept in a little bit too much. And then my mom convinced me I should mow the lawn yesterday, so. Is it just me or do you sound different? I don't know, more chill, I guess. Different in just how, in terms I'm talking, or different in a bad way in regards to audio stuff? I'm assuming you mean just by the way I sound right now. Voice sounded lower. Ah, how's this for low? Ah, it's me, Molastrom 15, back with a brand new track. Is that better? It's great. Wow, the real Gree. I can't believe it. But no, we're so chill and we're gonna be so cozy today. I got normal shirt on. Normal shirt. Wow, new shirt actually. Like it. It's technically from a game that I've never played, but it's not like it says the name of it on anything. It's not anything recognizable. It's just kind of, it's there. So yeah, the purpose for today's stream, of all the things randomly out of the blue, I'm playing Dear Esther. Well, Dear Esther was a game I played by myself many, many, many years ago. In fact, the original one I had played will be we're going to be playing the remaster version of it by the same studio. But the original one I had played for, oh look at that, played for 54 minutes back in 2013, April 21st. And I wish I could see what was the last time I played. The the remake edition, which is called Landmark Edition. But I decided to open it up again a couple days ago because I was just, I don't know, I wanted to walk around in something, and I was thinking about it, and I've been thinking about Dear Esther a little bit lately because I had always considered it a sort of just a walking sim, and it was very just boring. But that was back in, like 2013, 2014 ish. So I feel that as I've grown as a person, and I'm more, even not initially in like Dark Souls 3, um, even since its release a couple of years ago, I've grown more in excuse me, in a matter of trying to just look around and just take everything in and just appreciate what's there in the environment more so. And I was finding myself playing Dear Esther very just engaged rather than bored or just falling asleep. I was very interested in looking around. I had to stop myself uh, to a point. But I had played the original one for a little bit for 54 minutes, and then I played the remake or the remaster, I should say, not remake, the updated edition. Now adds up 54 minutes, but I had played it for a little bit previously, I believe. I say that because I got to the second chapter or what have you at some point in the past, which I don't remember at all. Welcome, Tark. I hope you're doing well. But yeah. So it's sort of like a ghost from my past in a sense, and I think I don't know, just appreciating what's there. I think I've grown as a person since then. I mean, of course, that was back in 2013. It's like 7 years ago. How old was I then? I'm not good at counting numbers. 23. Let's count 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. I was 16 back when I played that. So as a teenager, I had no appreciation for anything. Doing decent. Well, I hope I can make y'all cozy today. No? Okay. Yeah, I know Dear Esther, for one thing, isn't the most streamed game. In fact, I'm the only one streaming it right now. I don't know. It was just something I wanted to do, as most things are. People want to do things. But I want to take y'all along. I was seeing for some walkthroughs. The game could take like an hour, but I figure we'll probably, I don't know, maybe like, it just depends on how fast it goes. There's only one walking speed. You can't sprint. So when I'm talking about, really looking around and appreciating things, we're going for a nice little walk along an island. In fact, I'm considering I'll probably end up keeping the face cam off just so I can preserve some of the bit rate so we can really appreciate the aesthetics and views that Dear Esther has to offer. I should say as well, Dear Esther is by the Chinese Room, who I've criticized for making the sequel to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Amnesia: Machine for Pigs, in which that will be, that was a walking sim, and I feel, in regards to A Machine for Pigs. I didn't like it because there wasn't, as I said, it was a walking sim. But just thinking about my memories with it, I feel like there wasn't all that much interactivity. And not to mention, the monsters didn't show up for nearly as much as the original game did. Uh, and there weren't these large, sprawling areas. You were very dead set on a path. And not to mention, you're kind of fumbling around in the dark. It's not a terrible game, but I certainly have more hope towards the new Amnesia that's coming out by the was it Frictional Games, the original studio. That'll be in October and whatnot. It'll be strange. Yeah, it's something different. I just hope I don't bore too many of y'all. But I don't know. Like I said, it's something I wanted to do. And again, I feel it would preserve the bit rate a bit more if I keep my face cam off for the most part. That means I can spit everywhere an alpaca, and nobody will know. But regardless of the current stream today, how's everybody doing? How was y'all's weekends? I feel like I haven't well, I haven't streamed in a couple of days. I haven't streamed since Thursday, I believe. Yeah, I had to take a rain check with Rachel for Sunday. So, because of the barbecue yesterday, which it's pretty good, pretty good. But yeah, she this is her last week at her job, so she'll be done on Friday, and then she'll be free to focus on her school studies and work, maybe like 2-3 days a week once she gets back to being a substitute for the school district. But that also means we'll be able to have longer streams as well on Sundays. You won't have to leave after 2 to 3 hours. But yeah. And then today, yeah, I had to mow the lawn and such. I wanted to do that. Not at all. But my mom convinced me because it was getting a little bit crazy. And it's like, it's not that it takes long at all in my yard, at least. It takes an hour. And like, I've been getting down to a pretty good formula for how I go about mowing it to make it faster. It's just a matter of sweating, and it's a pain in the ass, and I hate it. I hate mowing lawns. But yeah, and then my dad wanted to talk to me yesterday, but told him that we could talk today, and so we proceeded to talk for like an hour, hour and a half. Not just a bunch of random things and whatnot. Yeah. Then I was telling him about how that I understand what he means now in terms of like you know, because he always engraved in my mind the last few years or last year and a half or so that he was initially living with me and my mom before they divorced. And it's not sad. Don't nobody say sorry because it's for the better. Honestly, they're both grown as people since then. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. Um, but yeah, he always he engraved in me, in my mind, to work for yourself, make your own kind of business company and whatnot. Uh, and he always suggested things I could do, like whether it was you could could make your own cleaning company since you like cleaning, or you could, make your own voice, studio, voice acting studio, or you could make games. And then even to the point in which he's like, yeah, we could run our own truck company and you could do the books. I'm like, I'm not that good at numbers. And he's like, well, you would have to be. He's like, yeah, we'll see. But, yeah, so I got the chance to talk to him a little bit about how I've been feeling about my job. And it's just, he had said that, people tell you you have a good job, but you just make shit money. It's like, it's true. I think I'd make like, I don't know, somewhere between 20 and 40K in a year, which isn't incredible living, but it's like I live within my means. But the important thing is that you shouldn't have to live within your means. You should have, enough of what you need and be able to, kind of not splurge, but again, just kind of get what you want without having to worry about, buying food and whatnot. It's like I totally agree with that. That sentiment. But it's just something I have to work towards in regards to when it comes to like, streaming. Because I'm certainly not going to, I've said this before, I'm not going to abandon my job or quit my job. I haven't said this part. I've narrowed this down, I think. More so. I would not quit my job working as a custodian for the school district until, at the very least, I was able to make enough money to pay for like rent and monthly expenses every month. But yeah, until that at a minimum, and then at a max, making more money than I'm currently making at my job, which is, as of right now, it should be like, I haven't received my, my check since I got a raise because of my contract over the summer. I should be making like $2,000 in a month. But yeah, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of just getting myself out there. I just need to, and narrowing more so down what my style and aesthetic is, because I enjoy what I have right now in regards to like the beach and the tropical themes and such. But it's just there's something missing to it, and partly it is the hand-drawn kind of scenes, but there's just something more to that as well. I need to narrow down something, and I don't know. It's like I don't want to be stuck playing the same game forever. That's for fucking certain. But it's like you see plenty of people that are variety streamers and are very successful. But more importantly than anything, I know that Twitch streaming as a job, as a valid job, something you make a living off of. It isn't a sprint. It isn't a race. It's going to take time to get there. That's how it is. So yeah, I got to talk to him about that. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. I get it now. Because I'm tired of at my job just being just thrown around and kind of just shit on. It's like nobody cares if I make a living. It's like, yeah, let's just lay them off for a month. Sorry, for over the summer, and who the fuck cares? It's like I still haven't received unemployment. I'll be the realist I can right now. I currently have $122 in my bank account. That is all my savings. I had $3K at the beginning of the summer. My last paycheck was in June. It's like I am not doing great right now. I'll be fine until the end of the month, to the point, in which I get more. At, when I get paid finally, because I get paid once a month. But yeah, I'm gonna lose like 1,600 of that, uh, because I have to pay for rent and utilities for this month, and then rent and utilities for the next month immediately. So it's like I'm gonna have a couple $100, like 600. So I'm not incredibly stressed about it, since I know it's no issue with my landlord. But it's still a matter of I have to rebuild up my savings because I got fucked by my job. The job that's supposed to be able to provide me for what I have now and be able to live just threw me away over the summer. And it's like, go fuck yourself. And they saved $250,000. It's just it's fucked. So it's like, regardless of the drawbacks and issues, I don't have a pension. I don't have, retirement funding in that regard, at least as of right now. Or, I don't have money automatically going into that. And I would have to get, my own health insurance and whatnot. It's just the benefits to just working and doing my own thing are just, they're too much to be ignored. I can set my own schedule, make my own time, work for as long as I want to. And the most important part is that I get to entertain people. I mentioned this on Thursday, I believe. It's something I've always wanted to do. Every job I've wanted to do has been a matter of entertaining. I've never wanted to be like, oh, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a policeman or a firefighter or just or like a construction worker or a custodian for 4 years. I don't want to work at the same job for 40 years in which I'm under somebody's thumb like that, and my job can just be thrown away at just like it's nothing. Because just the more I notice, and it's like the more I just think about it, it's just I my job, and it's like I knew it to an extent, but just the more I think about it, just my job means nothing to anybody for who I work for. Nobody actually appreciates it. That's not to say that teachers don't appreciate it, because they do. But I mean, in terms of like my bosses and whatnot, it's like nobody fucking cares. Just do your job. So I don't know. It'll come as it does. It just, again, it's not a sprint. It needs to take time. I don't know. I'm thinking, the more I think about it, I'd like to have a 10-year plan, but the fact of the matter is, again, I don't want to be stuck at the same job for 40 years. So it needs to take as much time as it needs to. And hopefully that can be within maybe like 5 to 10 years. It's all a matter of exposure. I need to be working more outlets more and more. I've been thinking it's probably a good idea to go ahead and make Twitch clips and upload them to like Twitter. Like, hey, here's something funny that happened this stream or what have you. Because certainly people do get random spikes in just their everything by that. Like, I can't think of his name right now. I mentioned him in the past though, but it's like he did a really just random dance, and it blew up on Twitter. Mr. Chan Chan, and it's like, and now he can, like, I don't know what he was doing before exactly, or how long he was even streaming for, but it's like he has a wife and a kid, and he's been painting Peppas, and it's just like he cooks and he just hangs out. And it's like he doesn't play games all that often. So again, it's just a matter of just trying to just get exposure and put my name out there more, I suppose. Demo, welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Hope everything's going well with you. Anyway, sorry I ignored chat a little bit. Playing Crusader Kings all day. Been good apart from when Liege decides to make a title. It was moments away from giving it to somebody else. That's it, kill him. Kill your Liege. Usurp him. I told her to. Good. Good. That's strong enough. Someday we'll both be strong enough to break away from our lieges, make our own country. It'll just take time. One thing I would appreciate from a larger viewer base, aside from possibility of being financially stable, it's just different world perspectives and just having different types of conversations. I suppose I believe it or not, I don't always like to just chat about whatever game I'm playing. I like to talk about whatever random things as well. I may not be so verbose and be able to word things exactly as I want, but I still enjoy, the chatting aspect of streaming. It's like I had seen somebody last night, and I can't fucking fathom how much of a cunt she is. But she had said that she finds it annoying that people come into her stream and they ask how she's doing. Because, she has to keep saying it, and so many people ask her. It's like, how fucked of a person must you be in which, with presumably your job, the worst part about it that you can verbally express is that people ask you how you're doing too often. I went to her stream, though, and thankfully, some people that were asking her how she was doing. There was quite a few people asking how she was doing. It's just, what a shitty take. I'm annoyed that you're asking me how I am. Like, you're nothing without your viewer base. And again, I don't want to just play a game entirely. If I wanted to play a game, I wouldn't be streaming. I want to chat with y'all. I want to talk about a bunch of different things. I don't mind if you ask how I'm doing. I ask how you're doing. It's just a formality. It's no matter of it being annoying. That's ridiculous. I'm actually invested in how people are doing. I was talking with a secretary or a front desk worker, however you call it, at my second school that I work at, between my shift. And I was talking with her because I had just gotten back, and I was telling her, I can't. I forget what sparked the initial point of the conversation, but I was asking her, how she was doing, how everything was, and then she had, she had said, and in the end, really, it's just a matter of nobody fucking cares, how you feel or how you're doing. Nobody has to give a shit and listen. And it's like, I heard her say that, and instinctively I wanted to say, and it's like, it's partly my optimist point of view, but it's like, I care. I care how you're doing. I mean, I may not always remember everything that you tell me, but if you need to vent, or if you just need to talk to somebody, it's fine. I'll listen. I care. It's just I do not agree with that. I do not agree with that. No, not everybody cares about how you're feeling, how you're doing, what's going on in your life. But it's like that's not everybody. I don't know. Like I said, it's just a matter of optimism. Just my optimist point of view. Just how I feel. I care. I care how you're doing. I care how you're feeling. I care if you're having an issue. I may not fully understand it, but I'll certainly talk to you about it. I have no issue with that. But it's like it almost sounds cheesy in a sense. And it's like I can be cynical and I can be a realist at times. And like sometimes I'm gullible to the point with my optimism because it's just I would hope more from people in regards to certain things and whatnot. It's how I feel. I would hope people would be better than how you expect them to actually be that people say they are. I guess, but not everybody's like that. All kinds of real talk with this. What can I say? This is partially what I mean in terms of a cozy stream. I just wanted to again chill and chat. Exciting news. Had energy for the first time in months today. I was able to finally work out again. Plus, my monitor didn't get in the way too much. Nice. Congratulations. By monitor, you mean your heart monitor? Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what all it was in terms of what your heart monitor is doing for you. Um, I mean, obviously monitoring your heart, but I don't know. But yeah, hey, I'm very happy for you. Nice work, Emmer. Yeah, I wish I could feel that same motivation to actually work out. It's like I want to. I want to kind of just shrink a little bit because it'd make myself feel better. It'd make my breathing much better. I'm positive, but it would be nice to do it with somebody, a partner or what have you. But that's neither here nor there right now. So yeah, very nice though. Very happy for you. What kind of workouts were you doing and such? See, the thing too with working out with my asthma, it's like I can only do so much before it becomes an issue. Is the thing as well. It's like I can't do running. I don't know if I could do biking or not. Like it would depend. I don't know. Just training Ray for a while. Yeah, yeah. Maybe once we're both on break, you join us. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. If I had somebody in my life, again, in regards to like a partner or in a relationship, if somebody was into fitness and training, just fitness enough, and exercising actively, Uh, maybe not every day, but like every other day, even. It's like I feel like I would find motivation through them to actually go around and or go along and do it as well. Because it's like it's just not fun exercising on your own. At least for me, I can't find enjoyment if I'm not, with somebody else. Because then otherwise I'm just kind of going for a walk for the most part. Mostly Pilates. It's hard to find what works with my heart. No cardio. Yeah. Okay, so in a sense, then you're obviously not to the same extent, but kind of in the same boat as me. It's like I can't do cardio that well because of my breathing, my asthma. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like there are plenty of things I would want to improve about myself, and I can say as much as I want if I had more time. I don't know. I'm at heart. I'm a bit of a stationary person. What is it? Sedentary. Sedentary. Yeah, sedentary lifestyle. Like to sit around quite a bit. And again, if I could find motivation with somebody else, especially if I was in a relationship with somebody else that was very active about exercising and whatnot, and they were able to help me make together a plan, I guess, or just even just go out with them and just go for like a jog or whatever, not a run, but just something simple. I think that'd be nice. Um, but yeah, over the summer that well, or even when I was laid off from work initially during the plague scare. Um, but yeah, it's just I didn't go out too much, and I certainly was a hermit. It's like I don't know. I like my hermit lifestyle, but I also know it's not entirely great, and it won't benefit me completely in the long run. Ariana and I go on little walks. We can't. It's super romantic. I'll bet. But yeah, I think if anything, not so much as time would be a factor. Of course, it is, but the bigger point of it is, at least for me, it's a matter of motivation. If I have somebody else who's motivated alongside with me, hey, that works out pretty good. I know. I think that's an important thing in a relationship. Motivating each other rather than I don't know. I've always thought, and I think I've grown since my one and only relationship that I did have, uh, in regards to finding my own sort of happiness. Because initially, I clung to my partner and just way too much to try to find happiness, and it's like it's just it's not healthy to think that way. So it's like since I've been apart from them, and as I've grown up, because that was like back in high school. This is like middle of high school. It's just I've been able to. I'm happy on my own. And I think that's important. You can't when it comes to a relationship, you cannot base your happiness around one person. You can be happy with that person. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, and that's the whole purpose. But you can't focus. every little bit on that. You have to just doing your own thing. You have to be happy as you are. You can't expect somebody to be happy, for you. And then it's like, what if they're not happy as of right now? It's just like then you feel down. It's like you can't pick up the other person. That's why I feel motivation more than anything is a bigger part of a relationship to somebody that's only been in one relationship and it wasn't that great to begin with. Gotta love yourself in order to love somebody else. Exactly. I mean, this partly why for a good long while I haven't. I always thought it'd be nice to be in another relationship, but it's just I want to focus on myself before I focus on somebody else as well. Not to say that you can't have focus on yourself, but you have to, I guess, split the attention a little bit because there's a concern for, I guess, your other half in a sense. But I know that's also something that worries me in regards to getting out again in relationships and such, is that it would. I don't know. I guess it scares me more than anything that maybe not necessarily I would end up in that situation again because I feel that I've grown well enough to motivate myself, but just that the other person would be in the sort of way that I was years ago, which is just very unhealthy, in which you're just seeking just this pleasure from somebody else's just absolute pleasure. Again, just not not finding happiness in yourself and just finding happiness in this other person. And I'm kind of going around in circles here, but it's something I feel pretty strongly about, I'd say. As the more I've thought about it, because my whole initial relationship that I had, my first one, uh, it's just I can say all I want about they weren't entirely perfect, but I 100% agree with myself that I wasn't perfect, and certainly nobody is perfect. But just I know there's points at which I could have done better, and I look back on that and I regret that, but it's a matter of that's how you grow. You make mistakes, you learn from them. Realistically, though, the thing I miss the most about relationships is the cuddling and just holding. That I certainly miss. And as adults, that can extend way beyond that. So that's nice not to be, I guess, restricted by the fact that, oh, that's not right. You're teenagers still. I'm an adult, allegedly. I can do what I want. That's not to say either that I would want to rush a relationship. No. I don't know. Time on my own, and especially living in my own house, just gives you time to think on just lots of things. The importance of being around people, despite you yourself being a hermit. If I could be a hermit with somebody, that works too. To be fair, that wouldn't be terrible. I still like to go out. I still like to go out, and I still like to talk to people, and to just have that innate interaction. But being inside with whoever that is, for the most part, that would just be that would be nice as well. Because at least they understand why I want to be inside all the time. But yeah. At any rate, the album ended, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started here. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening to my rambling on that. I went from topic to topic. We got real. Like I said, I wanted to get cozy and I wanted to chat. Chats are nice. It's half of why I stream. Yeah, no, nothing's on the screen right now. Hang on. And again, I will be getting rid of my face cam during this while we're playing Dear Esther. Excuse me. Just because, excuse me, want to preserve the bit rate and such. And I want to look around, and I want everybody else to look around and appreciate the game world and whatnot. Because that's something I very much like doing. Where'd it go? There it is. You get in there. Oh, there it is again. Why did my overlay keeps getting pushed into the games folder that I have here? I do not know why. Not how that should be. I have to go now. Ah, yeah, sure. As soon as we start playing the game. I'm just jacking you, though. Thanks for dropping by, Emma. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. You're exercising and whatnot. Real happy to hear that. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. When I chat to you next. Geez, now only if we can only get Dear Esther to pop up now. That would be nice. I was trying to think of a way I could have like a getting things ready screen, but I don't think that would really work. And let me just try. Maybe it's just a matter of loading up the game first. No. Maybe I should have tested this prior. Let's start it up again, we'll see. There we go. Oh. Hang on, let me try, I know it just popped up. I'm just curious about something here. Okay, there it is. Alt-tab. Okay, well, it's fine now. See, we got all our options here, oh boy. I got closed captions enabled just cause. If it were just me playing, I probably wouldn't have them enabled because it just makes me feel more immersed. But that's okay. So a little backstory on Esther. So, Dear Esther was initially a Half-Life 2 mod, which got critical acclaim, in which it was then made into a game based off a source, and now it is its totally own thing in this remaster. What's also very interesting is that little tiny bits, but every playthrough, or every couple of playthroughs maybe, is different in just little tiny ways from others that have played the game. So like something I noticed last night that I want to approach here is whenever you start the game, there are 3 chapters. Sorry, 4. But yeah, the randomness starts with the opening dialogue.
Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
We go ahead and exit the main menu. Let's start up again.
Dear Esther, the morning after...
Oh, now you're not going to be random with me. It's actually the first time I've had it in a row be the same thing.
Dear Esther, I have lost track of how long I have been here, and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
I believe there is 3. Let me see if I can get the last one.
Dear Esther, the gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that this year they seem to shun the place. Maybe it's the depletion of the fishing stock driving them away. Perhaps it's me. When he first landed here, Donnelly wrote that the herds were sickly and their shepherds the lowest of the miserable classes that populate these Hebridean islands. 300 years later, even they have departed.
How's our volume sounding right now, by the way? So that'll be the majority of the game. Just little bits of dialogue that pops up, and then otherwise just atmosphere, for the most part. And as I said, I wanna kind of just take everything in. I'm gonna turn off the webcam in a second here. Just appreciate what the game itself has to just offer, just in terms of its environment, and just we can chat about whatever, just get cozy and whatnot, all that good stuff. It is audio. Good. Glad to know it's audio. Okay, well, we're gonna turn off the webcam here, so thanks everybody. Bye bye. You can hear me in voice, and you can imagine me talking in your head. Bye-bye. If I stream anything later, though, yeah, we'll turn it back on. Technically, it's still on. It's just, it's not here anymore. All right, time to spit everywhere.
Dear Esther, I have lost track of how long I have been here, and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
You know, in that regard too, can actually go ahead and turn off the light, get more immersed. So something interesting. So we can see the tower over there, which is definitely obviously the main point. That's what we're trying to get to. But regardless, we've been washed up on shore for whatever reason. I guess our ship wrecked. Couldn't tell you where. But if we go ahead in the water here. You can hear like a turn signal for a car. And then also what I'm assuming is the tower. Because it's like, I can't think what else this is.
Come back.
So as far as I know, there's only 2 ways that you can technically die, which is drowning and then falling. So as I said initially, my interest in the game was just near nothing because it just seemed... It was a walking sim, and it's like, oh, there's... Not that it's no big deal that there's any combat, but it's like you have to walk everywhere. You can't, you know, sprint or anything. You can't crouch, you can't jump. But just the bit I was playing, and just hearing some of the developer commentary as well, just the little details and randomness that they have is very interesting. So like for in here, for example, for one thing, you have a flashlight for whatever reason that turns on. But they place things randomly in certain places that'll change depending on just the playthrough that you're playing. It'll just randomly change. So like sometimes this map isn't here, sometimes this book isn't here. There was another book over here the first time I had played. They made mention of a baby monitor, like a, what is that, a sonogram? This thing is always here. Can sweetness and honesty find happiness together in a yogurt? Which I always thought it was just yogurt. I know yogurt is like a British kind of thing or an English kind of thing. I did not realize that it was like, you know how English tends to have like more U's, like honor, you have a U in there, and then the Americanized version, there is no U in there. I was like, yogurt. Yogurt. I can't tell if these are supposed to be like formulas. OHCDH. It's this luminous paint. Premium Plus. We should go up in the lighthouse, though. It's too bad that the stairs are broken. And then I can't tell what language this is in. Not sure. My heart when it says Russian or like Ukrainian, something like that, but I don't know. Curious about something here too. See, that's another interesting thing as well, I noticed. I'm surprised that didn't happen. I didn't think that was actually random. You walk past here, there's a seagull that, you know, is hanging out in here, and then it kind of flies out, and it scares you, and you kind of, like, crouch down for a second. Now I'm noticing that didn't happen this time. A thing, too, that I find fascinating is that I can't determine whether or not, like, the bits of whatever goes in the air whenever the wind blows, I can't tell if it's rain, salt water, or, like, possibly little bits of snow. It's like, it seems kind of cold, like autumn-ish. A ton of these luminous cans. I wonder what exactly the purpose was for deciding to include the flashlight, though. Obviously to see, but I mean, allegedly we just came out of the water from a shipwreck, as far as I can tell, to an uninhabited island. It's like, yes, but we have a flashlight. Coca-Cola reminds me of the Heineken in Dark Souls 2. It's a certain acid pool that somebody forgot to. It was basically like a garbage texture, and somebody forgot to remove the Heineken beer can from the from the texture of the pool. It's pretty good. Little traps. I like how sometimes logs washed up on beaches, they kind of look like
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler. From up on the cliffs, they are mundane. But down here, they fugue into ambiguity. For instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves. The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once? There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
Lost my train of thought. But yeah, just logs looking like it's like some kind of creature washed up on shore. It's like I've been goofed with that a couple of times. I don't know what this is exactly supposed to be. Some kind of a sea compass, or what have you. Or just some random markings. Like, I feel like I've seen it before, but maybe not. I like these rocks, though. Just have the little bits of grass. Yeah, grass growing on top of them. It's neat. It's like the land kind of fractured.
I have found the ship's manifest, crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans. It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market.
Yogurt.
It must have washed out to sea. God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
bits of a car, but no actual car anywhere around. There's a lot of theories about this game because, you know, nothing's very specific, but one I had seen was that, well, without spoiling anything, because not necessarily that it does, but just there will be more dialogue further on that gets into some details. Not even say that it's essentially about the main character, you know, whoever we're playing as. There might have been, like, the reason for the car bits there is that's in reference to a car crash that happened in real life. There's a father was very depressed after being, or I guess divorcing his wife or what have you. I forget the actual point of the story. I kind of just sound like I'm babbling. I don't know, I just remember reading something about that when I was kind of browsing the Steam forums the other night. Steps carved out of stone. I like that. I almost thought it was wood. Nah, yeah, definitely stone. Actually, they're kind of bricked. You can see down there a little. I guess this is where we could have gone from before. Good thing, I guess, we went up, we went around this way then. I'm kind of curious about over there. I'm gonna fall the fuck down, aren't I? No! Whatever, going up the other side then. I was watching recently, I'd seen in excessive profanity chat, somebody recommend, because they're talking about shows, somebody recommend a horror series of like 8 episodes. It's called Marianne. It's initially French. Or I should say it was it's a French series. And like I almost didn't realize it until the captions and whatnot said, in the language it said French original, because like I started listening to that and then I was like, well, how's the English sound? And just, it was just, it's very obviously dubbed, and like I feel you lose part of the audio that the scene that like they were recording in and that they were filming in and what have you. You lose the audio and kind of the tension a little bit because you can tell it's very clearly dubbed. Not to mention, aside from that, it just, the voices don't entirely fit the characters, I feel. It was neat, though. I don't usually hear anything in French in terms of like series, and even then, I hardly watch any like TV series or Netflix originals or what have you. But the story was about a author of a 10-year running horror series. So I think she's like 28 27 or 28, something like that. And the reason she was writing that was because she had terrible nightmares. And so when she's deciding that, I've written enough of this story, I'm going to move on to something else now, she starts having nightmares again. It's like her past starts to kind of haunt her, with one of her old friends committing suicide, and then because her mother is acting very, very weird and like pulling out her teeth. And so her mother wants her to keep writing. She keeps having dreams, the main character. And like her parents are telling her to keep writing. And it's like, it's not bad. I don't know, but it just, she's the main character, Emma. She's very just annoying. I almost thought that was blood. It's a leaf. It's a very low quality leaf texture. But yeah, she's just very annoying and like very irresponsible. It's not like I'm saying your character has to be, perfect and...
Reading Donnelly by the weak afternoon sunlight. He landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
It's just a matter of, it seems like the only, lived-in point, blinking tower. What else do you have to go by, really? Also, what... Oh, they're barbed wire fences. I was wondering, I was like, are these chain-linked? Why? No. It's a barbed wire. Yeah, he was mentioning, about, shepherds and herders and whatnot. So that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, your main character doesn't need to be perfect, but it's just...
When someone had
God.
died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
He is shipwrecked, isn't he? That's where we were just before. Getting aside from what I was talking about, one thing I appreciate with some games, like ones that are like you're able to explore and like walk long distances, I like being able to look back and see how far you've come from where you initially had set out. And it's like, when it comes to walking along the sides of roads, which is the majority of where I have to really walk from into, it's like I don't get that sensation. Because it's just like, yes, I've walked down more of this road, rather than, yes, I've walked over to a hill, and here I am looking over at the other hill I was just standing at. It's just, I wish I could get more of that feeling, but I never do, no matter how many times I look back. It's like it really has to depend on the spot I'm in.
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
Yeah, some of this stuff is going to go over my head as it's being talked about. 100% certain. I like these flowers, though. That's partly why I like Stalker, too, is that you can, you know, you just walk around, kind of, and there's not so much as any sort of fast travel system, or at least there's less of a fast travel system focus. So it's like you really have to, you know, go to place. So it's like you look back and it's like, yeah, that's where I was. Man, I was trying to get that working, Call of Chernobyl the other day, and I was having issues with it. Well, the issue being I installed, I guess, mods that conflicted, and now it's not working right. It's like I have to do it again, and I just
Dear Esther,
wasn't feeling like it.
I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton.
It's 7.
We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
So is Paul dead? That's what I take from that. Either Paul's dead or he doesn't exist. You bastard! Oh my! Armand! Popping in randomly. The 5 gift subs. Jeez.
You bastard! You bastard!
Welcome, I hope you're doing well. Truly
I threw
an
my arms wide
epic
and the cliff
gamer
opened
moment.
out before me, making this rough home.
You bastard!
I transferred my belongings from the bothy on the mount and
I'm gonna let that run its course before I continue the dialogue. I just flipped over my mouse somehow. How did I do that?
You bastard! You bastard! You bastard! You bastard!
No, that is a lot of subs. No, thank you very much, Armin. That helps me. Oh my god. I don't know how close we are to that payout again. The threshold. We have to be really close.
You bastard! You bastard!
But no, that certainly helps for It certainly helps me out though whenever I can get that Twitch payout, which I desperately need. I don't have a lot of money in my bank account right now from being laid off over the summer. So no, that means a lot, Armin. Thank you for that. Just sudden random explosion of being a bastard. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Because not only is that generous in a monetary point, but that tells me that I'm doing things right. I appreciate that. And welcome everybody. Welcome Pep Talk, Puvius, K-Dog9, Metal Kites, Shen 90. Just metal's easier. Oh, and Rev, I didn't know you were lurking. That would be Aegis. Aegis. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I don't know how many people were actually lurking in chat, or if y'all just got in here. But I appreciate you being here. This is a bit of a different stream for me, not having the face cam up. But I wanted to just really appreciate and just have a little nice cozy stream, and just be able to appreciate this DRS of the game that I've always kind of criticized for being a walking sim, but as I've grown older, it's just I've learned to appreciate environments more and just being immersed. So yeah, again, something different than what I normally do, but yeah, I no need to think. Okay, you're okay then. You're okay, Armin. Let it keep going now.
tried to live here instead. It was cold at night, and the sea lapped at the entrance at high tide. To climb the peak, I must first venture even deeper into the veins of the island, where the signals are blocked altogether. Only then will I understand them, when I stand on the summit and they flow into me, uncorrupted.
Got achievement, Man of the Rocks. Walk 5,000 steps. I mean, I don't think I walked this many at this point. Maybe previously contributed to part of it. I guess I walked around a lot when I was playing the other night. Just a little bit. Is it Bloodborne? It's like one of those cosmic flowers. You know, from the centipedes. Y'all know. Again, that formula. Or at least it looks like a formula. Huh. Oh yeah, it's Bloodborne. Where do they get the red paint from? Because it's clearly not part of the rock. I kind of wish you could turn off your flashlight. It didn't pop up automatically. Huh. Ah, yes, and the... Oh, the fucking thing I always forget. Are they... The ceiling ones are stalactites and the ground ones are stalagmites? I believe. It's just dirty. Yeah, or maybe their eyes. Does anybody know? It's stalactites are the ceiling ones and stalagmites are the ground ones. Stalagmites are the ceiling ones? I remember there was a trick that I had to remember which was which. I completely forgot it. I lied to you. And you're lying to me. Okay, so stalagmites are the ground ones. Stalactites are the ceiling ones. I think regardless, the way stalagmites and stalactites form is... it's crazy. Just dripping water. I was saying about Marianne though. Yeah, I like it. It's just, it seems part of it is mostly just like, oh, my childhood. Oh, I'm irresponsible. Ah.
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
See, that's something I don't understand too. When he's talking about now, and he's talking about he's, you know, seeing all these things, and I don't know if he's talking about this island right now. Because again, it seems like he had shipwrecked at its basis, or yeah, it's at its basic form. It's like I can't think otherwise. Like, how he's just here. Because, like, the island's not very lived in. Unless he lives in the tower. I don't know why he would walk all the way down here. Erosion and sediment also help with formation. Yeah, I lied. I mean, yeah, but... Oh, here's where that wreck was. Quote-unquote wreck. I say that, but it's just... There's doors and wheels and axles. But yeah, in regards to Marianne, I haven't seen it for any reason. Huh. Okay, maybe those writings on the wall were a maybe they were some sort of chemistry type of thing then. Oh. Huh. Yeah, you know what? There was an achievement for urns. I think there might be one in every chapter. Remember right. Yeah. Cover 4 urns. It's nice looking. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the fact that the urn is like, it's see-through on the other side. Takes me out of it a bit. Alright, Armin. Thanks again for dropping by. Well, yeah. Thanks again for dropping by. I'm not thanking you for the gift subs. Actually, because of September, I think... did you get any kind of deal on gifting those out? Or I think it's just for people... I don't know. Maybe it's resubbing after the fact. I don't know. Twitch has just utterly just fucked up the way they've been doing September. It's like they went from initially years back to every sub is half off to every sub that's a tier 1 sub is half off to just worse and worse. Like last year it wasn't great. This year it's dog shit. Actually, I don't even remember if tier 2 and tier 3 were ever half off at any point. I don't think gift subs count. No, they do. I think it might be a matter of gifting to singular people who haven't subbed before. I don't know. That's how confusing it is. It makes no sense. And they had noticed a bug. If you go ahead and cancel your subscription and then resubscribe, then you get the deal. So it's like something about first-time subs. And they're like, oh, there was a bug. There was an error with that. We fixed it now. But everybody who got what they got, they can keep it. So it's like they lost out on money, and they're like, yeah, it's all right. But they're still being just fucking stupid about just... Man, September fucking sucks. It's nice for people who haven't subbed before, but otherwise it's like... It's not even that helpful. I think I started to fly away.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome break services, but although I can always see it in my rearview mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Pretty sure he was talking about cars. I mean, he says ashore. There are a lot of shipwrecks along here. Is this the yogurt he was talking about? Oh, is it? Repossession advice. Huh. I can't really read it. Oh, it's a buoy. I wonder what that was. Finally finished my thought on Marianne before I get interrupted again, I'm sure. Yeah, so it's more like, oh, I made mistakes when I was a kid, and teenage angst, and also I'm not a well put together adult and I have a drinking problem, but like it's not really talked about at all. She just drinks a bunch, and it's like she has this assistant with her who decided to come along with her, and it's like she's not stopping her, and it's just, I don't know, she as a character, Emma's kind of annoying again, 'cause it's just the one thing that set me off last night, because I started the beginning of the third episode, and the one thing that had set me off was that one of her old friends who had a crush on her had gotten married, and he has her kid from the previous marriage, the woman he's married to now, and then she's also expecting basically what's his kid now. So it's like they'll have two kids, one from their current marriage and then one from the wife's previous marriage. And they got invited over, Emma and the assistant, they got invited over for dinner. And Emma's like, yeah, time to yeah, he's still in love with me. And her assistant's like, you know, he's married though, right? And she's like, yeah, time to test his marriage. The strength of his marriage. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But to my main point, the guy in the Twitch chat was like, yeah, this is one of the scariest series I've ever watched. No, not really. I'm not seeing it. It's like, yeah, there's some good stuff, and like it's suspenseful in a couple parts, but it's like it's killed immediately by either, oh, well, I saw that coming, or especially with random just little sudden just bursts of like there's like this evil character in her story, but they see, or I should say, they randomly they interject between the scenes as like somebody's talking, just bits of the evil character doing like a pose or whatever with this like kind of sound effect. And like one of them, I can't remember the like the noise or whatever they had used, but I was like, that is the most stock sound effect I've heard in like 100,000 fucking indie horror games, and I cannot believe somebody allowed that to just go ahead and be used. And it's like, it's a real fucking nerdy thing to just shit about, but it's like, I've heard this sound effect before in like plenty of just horror just titles and whatnot. It's like, it's just overused. So it's like, I find myself at an impasse where it's like, I'm not interested really all that much Or that paint. I'm not interested all that much, but at the same time, it's like when it does get into the scary stuff, and it's not just Emma being an irresponsible 28-year-old adult, it's like that I find interesting. I don't know if anybody has could recommend me any like Netflix horror series or whatnot that are actually, you know, good and not dog shit. Not even to say that this is dog shit. That Marianne is dog shit. It's just again, I find myself being pulled back and forth between like, oh yeah, I like it too. Yeah, this isn't great. I kind of hate the main character. Again, you don't have to have a perfect main character. She doesn't need to save children from burning buildings. She's just fucking just bad. And neither did he eat nor drink. Says you. But eat all the yogurt.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
I don't know. Oh, good, Tark. All good. Welcome back. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the tower. Looks much closer now. There's a spot over there I was seeing. I think it leads to a dead end, possibly, unless it loops around there. Doesn't look like it, though. We're gonna walk all the places as slowly as possible. I liked, I don't think there's anybody on this boat, is there? I liked seeing some of the, steam just, in the forums. Of just, Oh! Is this where the paint came from initially? From these boxes? Okay. Huh. Hauling thousands of pounds of luminous paint. Anyway, yeah, people were like, oh, why can't you sprint? Ugh. You move too slow. You move like an old fucking man. I think that's the point. I would say, though, not that it drives me crazy, but I would like a sprint button, even if it's just like a little bit, like a faster walk. Just for some of these longer stretches. But I think more so just for the fact that, you know, I would have a faster walk, but I probably wouldn't use it. I would probably still be walking around for the most part. Do not know what that is. Stray farmer? Spray Amel? Ray Amel. But yeah, not that it really matters too much. So I do actually like walking around regardless. Five days I'm off to uni feels pretty weird. Yeah, I mean, people in the UK are going back. They went back last week, correct? To pretty normal schedules and whatnot, right?
An imagined answer phone message. The tires are flat, the wheel spins loosely, and the brake fluid has run like ink over this map, staining the landmarks and rendering the coastline mute, compromised. Where you saw galaxies, I saw only bruises cut into the cliff by my lack of sobriety.
drunk crash, possibly. I will say, though, when I was kind of looking around, I did see... I forget how I even got to it last night. There was a point, I checked a walkthrough for whatever reason, and, like, I just... You know how you just randomly skip ahead in videos sometimes? Does anybody else do that? Well, it got to this point, and he was talking about the buoy over there, and I thought just the similes with the buoy were very, just well-written. Like, he was talking about, you know, it's mute, and it's retarded, and it kind of just, you know, floats there. And it's kind of just always there, and it does nothing. I don't know, I just like the comparison. So yeah, I'm right in that regard, that some of these dialogue bits are completely different for every playthrough. Though I think they may recycle between like 3, and then also some of them may just be the same thing. I'm glad to know that, at least. That it's not just like the beginning one. Makes me wonder, actually, if that manifest over there in the field in the center, or the repossession, if that's always there. I feel like probably not. But I love these bits of the cliff with the paths you can walk along. I like these yellow flowers a lot too. I think so, college and such. There's still social distancing, I think, I'd imagine. Cannot read that. Yeah, actually, I've been wondering, with people going back to, you know, college and whatnot, kind of schedules everybody's going to be running on. Granted, that's not everybody, but... With things getting back to being more quote-unquote normal, and people going back to, you know, being outside and such. All I know is that I get free pizza on the first day. Very nice. Very nice. I feel like I may be hallucinating a little bit. I should say the character in game, not personally me.
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Okay, so I'm assuming that means... Okay, well, the game is called Dear Esther. So, whoever is speaking... Esther's dead. Esther's clearly dead. Because of the opaque line. It's like, why else would you be opaque? Which is see-through. Or translucent. Line about the...
When I first looked into the shaft, I swear I felt the stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
I think there's water down there. Yeah, it looks like it. But yeah, Esther's dead, I think, from a car crash. But yeah, the line about the kidney stones, I don't entirely understand. Kidney stones turned into an island and escaped. Those branches down there, are like logs, I can't tell. Pits like these, sometimes scare me though. They're just black holes in the earth. It's like, yes, you don't know where the fishes are. What's underneath there? Monsters. Giant catfish. Let's see.
Come back.
Let's see, there's that car turn signal again. Interesting bit there. Oh, there's the house from the menu. I don't ever remember getting this far. You know, initially.
I've begun my ascent on the windless slope of the western side. The setting sun was an inflamed eye squeezing shut against the light shone in by the doctors. My neck is aching through constantly craning my head up to track the light of the aerial. I must look downwards, follow the path under the island to a new beginning.
Maybe island shouldn't be taken so literally here, since he's talking about doctors and craning his neck. Because of lights. There's a syringe. Kidney stones turned into an island. Is this even real? Bandages? Is he still in the hospital? Ugh. Expecting to find that in the... Could not even begin to tell you what this is. Sun? It's just the rocks are kind of messed up. Partially stacked too. I don't know, it doesn't feel that that's sad to me. I don't know, it seems a bit too, gives me more, like, intrigue, I guess. Like, fascination. And I'm curious why these little bits are set up like this. Like, it doesn't make a path all that clear. There we go. Oh, there is a bit down here. There's definitely not a path over there or anything. Oh, is that it? Let me finish up going up the hill here. Let me see. Yeah, the way these are set up, though, they kind of remind me of, like somebody's in the hill up there in the house. They're a sniper, and it's like you have to take cover behind all these little...
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him, either.
Is the school up there? It doesn't look like it. Just some house, I think. Another one of these, though. Though I think stacking rocks is not necessarily like a burial mound, but to mark where somebody died, possibly, or put up in like honor or respect, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's something akin to that, though. Stacking rocks. Oh wait, no! It's a Dark Souls reference! Ah! They're stacking rocks like dragons! Ah! Is this Elden Ring? Oh, that reminds me! Marianne! In Marianne, the hometown of Emma, it's called Elden! Ah! Elden Ring is confirmed! Is this a beta for Elden Ring? I like someone say Elden Ring, just as soon as I mention Elden Ring, chat wakes up. What? So it's Elden Ring. Yeah, dude. Sorry, this cozy stream. No, I know. Bail notice. Huh. Not cozy, I meant war. Is there like a radio? Flicker on. The symbols, what do they mean? No idea what you're talking about, Tark. Flight whistle. Is it supposed to be the island, maybe? Or like leading up to the radio tower, what have you? Won't let me run away from the flying thing. Yeah, that much I understood. I have no context for that, though. It's like a mount. War is over. Fast war. Can you sigh at me? What is that, fucking 4? Just 4 periods. Nah, that was 4. You didn't 3 me. Nah, that pisses me off more. Maybe. I don't know. The 2 pisses me off. Because, like, are you done with the sentence, or are you adding in ellipses?
In Inventory. A trestle table we spread wallpaper on in our first home. A folding chair. I laughed at you for bringing camping in the lakes. I was uncomfortable later and you laughed then. This diary, the bed with the broken springs. Once asleep you have to remember not to dream. A change of clothes. Donnelly's book, stolen from Edinburgh Library on the way here. I will burn them all on the last morning and make an aerial of my own.
Aerial of my own? Ellipses need a period too. Don't. That is 100% wrong. Don't even get me started. So he was. I'm assuming he was burning Esther's stuff, making his own aerial. More sheet music. Oh, there it is. Maybe Esther was pregnant then? Yeah, that's a that's a sonogram, isn't it? Or is it a babygram? Oh, look. Those symbols. It's LSD. Tark, chill out. Come off the high. Ah, how does that work? I don't even think there's a chimney. What is this paint though? And didn't you talk about there weren't any seagulls? They don't land here no more. What's that? The fuck is that? Okay, there's a chimney there. All right. A bird. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's a bird, yes. I meant the situational concept of what the fuck is that? Rather than what is that? A boy. Thanks. Oh! Fucking slip down. I do like, though, I've been noticing that depending on the incline, you walk slower. And then also some inclines, you can't walk up them at all because invisible wall, fuck you. Let's head on down there. I need my no-clip speedrunning hack.
He left his body to the medical school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing. The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver, scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate. But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit. Although its use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
So this writer, Donnelly? Donnelly's the writer, but then he was talking about Paul earlier, and I'm gonna say maybe Paul is him.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot. But he is proving an unreliable witness.
Okay, yeah, so Donnelly is the one that died from kidney stones or what have you. Out my mouth! Surprised I found another one. Alrighty, Tark. Thanks for dropping by. Enjoy your sleep. Have a good. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, so I want to say maybe Paul is like whoever the current narrator is, like another part of himself. I don't know, or maybe he just is Paul. And he's just talking about himself in the third person. I don't know. A torn up boat. Oh my god, I just want to know what is the allusion to all these just shipwrecked boats? Are these the kidney stones? Is Paul the island in a sort of weird way? Like, maybe not literally, but...
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Is that what that was up there? See, again, I don't know. See, I don't know who he's talking about there now. I'm assuming he's talking about himself, which would be Paul. Or if that's Donnelly writing. It's not Jakobsen. Also, that was kind of creepy. Did not expect this game to be creepy at any point. They had this chanting. Very, very odd. And he was talking about, you know, looting medical supplies. Okay, you know what would help? What is a bothy? A small hut or cottage. Huh. Now! Do that. Okay, this was one of the books I had seen actually on the in the lighthouse house. The house by the lighthouse. A Hebridean history. What's Hebridean? Hebrides? Hebridean? Hebrides comprise a widespread and diverse archipelago off the west coast of Maine. Scotland! Forever! The two main groups, the inner and outer Hebrides. Okay, that's what I kind of figured. It was a place in specific. Why are there so many copies? Why are they down here? Oh, this was draped up against the up in the rafter of one of the house up there, the cottage. Kind of wish the footsteps were a little bit more diverse. That's okay. Footsteps are very important for games. You don't think about them really that often at all, but I mean, I do partly because I'm weird. Yeah, footsteps are very important. Same with animation as well. Footsteps are very, very important. What is up with this? Somebody just Ralph? They went like, eh! And it just spread out completely. What? There's more of these boxes too from the boat wreck earlier in this section. Just out of a curiosity. Just want to see if that visions underwater change at all. No. I appreciate the fact that you can pull yourself out of the water, though. Feels like it takes a second, though. You're being pulled out to sea. Chat, what do you think? Do you have any ideas? Is the island real? Is this all some big illusion? Is the island the Paul? Why are there car parts everywhere? Are we hallucinating? Did we really shipwreck? Are we the hermit? Who lit this candle? It's a conspiracy, yes. Oh God! I slipped. Achievement unlocked. Jakobsen.
Donnelly did not pass through the caves. From here on in, his guidance, unreliable as it is gone from me. I understand now that it is between the two of us, and whatever correspondence can be drawn from the wet rocks.
Okay, maybe Donnelly was the one with who injured himself. Well, the flashlight's broken. Nice little addition there. Add that the flashlight isn't out right now, I guess. God, how am I not fucking dead from that? Sounds like cicadas. Why is that red? Music is stunning, though. I keep thinking these little rocks are like clams. Oh, I'm getting down, I think. Yeah. Crawling now. Or ducking. Ah, shrooms. My favorite kind of shrooms. The ones that have 4 sides. The illusion of 3D. Huh. Let's head back down here first. Love waterfalls.
There is no other direction, no other exit from this motorway. Speeding past this junction, I saw you waiting at the roadside, a one last drink in your trembled hands.
Syringe. Maybe some part of the body. An arrow or something? Or is that the tower? That becomes that? And then, the equation again, and, I think that's the, symbol for male. Suspicious. I don't know. Sorry. Just walk through them. What's up with the candles? Who wrote all this? Who's been drawing dicks? Sorry, one more thing. Okay, sorry. I hope y'all are enjoying this as much as I am. I'm really glad I came back to this. I think still in my mind I can certainly say it's, you know, still kind of a walking sim, but I mean, it's more about when you make it. Like, I'm taking my time, I'm really looking around. Oh, that's pretty. Excuse me. I guess we're going down. Can I get over there, possibly? Did I miss something? I'm pretty sure I didn't, but I want to see if it just... Because it looks like there was a candle up over there. Just want to see if there was a path. Maybe I missed. Or maybe that's just bad lighting from this bit here. Somehow seep through the other side. Because I'm not really seeing any path anywhere. Alright, like I said, just in case. Don't really want to miss any dialogue either. Makes me wish I would have streamed Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Still have Edith Finch at least. Heard wonderful things about that. Whee! I'm a fish now. Oh, look at that. Okay, I couldn't tell. I noticed I was sinking. I can, like, vaguely swim. Keep yourself afloat, though. I feel like I'm a sinking brick. This will probably be slippy as hell. You know, if hell were slippy. And maybe the final ring. It's icy. That's that, those were those rock pilings, weren't they? I think these, if they're not paint marks, then these are supposed to be like barnacle marks, like we're here. If not, then they're paint marks of like a path that you should go, I guess. Because I've been noticing they're kind of been leading the way, it seems. I mean, they look kind of luminous. It's probably paint. Oh, hey! On the other side. Man, good thing these caves connect so well. It's gonna be real big someday. Someday, you guys are gonna look like those. It didn't look like it'd actually be able to go over here. That was a skull. I just want to see. It looks too steep. I don't think I can go up these. Oh, these very well. No, that stops me. Okay. Cameras. It has to be paint. Oh, it crouched down again. I'm just thinking, what if suddenly, you're like, the whole point of the game is just to look around and, you know, explore very slowly, and then suddenly there's a monster, and then you're able to get a sprint button. It's like, wait, I thought I couldn't sprint.
I am traveling through my own body, following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the Ariel shining to me through the rocks.
Oh. No, wait, boat. I'm too slow. Is the island? Oh. Oh. Bunch of boats. They're letters. Huh. Oh, look at that. Take one. Take one. It's natural. What the hell is that? Like a schematic for a board? Oh yeah, look at that. I just want to look at the, Okay, no, I don't think I can get up on this side, at least here. No, not so easily. Is it a paint can or just a can? I can't see what that says at all. Just wanted to see if I would be able to. Hit your head. Let me up. I'm gonna go across the little bridge. Oh, there's another one that leads up. Yeah, I can get to that. I feel like that's probably a dead end. Yeah, let me explore along this side and I'll head back that way. I plan to stream tomorrow. I don't know. Tomorrow's Tuesday, yes. Yes. No. No, I think I want to take the rest of tonight whenever I stop streaming for myself. Then we can stay up a little bit later and do some things that I want to and need to for tomorrow. That way I don't have to get to bed too early. Granted, it's only 8:40 right now. Even then, I'm not entirely sure if I want to, or if I'm going to play anything or not after Dear Esther. I feel like I probably shouldn't, just because anything I would switch to would be, it would be too much of a juxtaposition. There's a bunch of VODs I need to highlight too. Haven't been highlighted yet. I explained myself. I said tomorrow. I explained myself for tomorrow. Probably not going to stream tomorrow. So that way I can take care of myself. Do things tonight that I need to. And that way I don't have to, you know, sleep early tonight. And then also, if you check the stream title, it says more games later, maybe, or something akin to that. Ah! Where's that even belong to? Self-care is a good excuse. I'm sorry, it's an excuse. It's Twitch mobile so crap. Why is your connection so crap? Just get a better connection. Whee. Connection has been fine. Fine, no watch it. Fine, no watch above 360p. Yeah, been on 360p the whole time. I mean, that's good at least. Just the features of Twitch app. I would say something I appreciate about the Twitch app on mobile, because there technically is, you know, the desktop version. Oh, that's rock. I thought that was like seaweed. I was gonna say, like, how did that even get down here? I appreciate that you can enable it to be audio only, and then also put it on the background. Or put it on in the background on your phone. So you can go ahead and close your phone and still have it in the background. So it's like if you're just listening to somebody talk, that's no big deal. Also, we only need one more urn. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. Mine so it pops up when I tab out so I can keep watching. Ah. Yeah, rarely ever use that function of it. I have this real nifty app, though. It's called Force Lock, I believe. And you can essentially set a lock to your phone so that you can't actually do anything without, like, double tapping this lock in the corner. So, like, it's a good way to keep YouTube videos up. Like, if you're listening on mobile, like, through a playlist. So that way you don't actually touch anything. You know, accidentally skip forward or what have you. So it's like the screen's still on, but the functions are locked.
The hand you offered to me, from the summit down to this well, into the dark waters where the small flowers creep for the sun. Headlights are reflected in your retinas, moonlit in the shadow of the crematorium chimney.
That was so deep. I feel like 100% though this is that that hole that we had seen previously. The one that was leading up the hill to where I'm assuming that's Jakobson's house. Let's see what else it could be. Hole. Behold, Damascus is taken. Indeed. Damascus is taken. Wait, how'd you get up on the ceiling like that? Where's your ladder? Can't just write that backwards now. What the hell is this? Huh, it's ceiling taffy. Away from being... Away from being a city? Double dotted letters. Float. Howl. I make it seem foreign. And I shall be a fungus heap? What? Punis heap. Oh, okay. Okay. Punis, but English, so they add in the U. Sound upside down, an exclamation, the 1000th element on the periodic table. Huh. Yeah, it's like I wasn't finding anything for Punis with the U right there. I got rid of the U and I was like, oh, there we go. So yeah, these are, that was definitely paint. 100%. Probably be exiting the cave in a second here. Looks slimy. Yeah, I don't know what these are supposed to be. Gotta swim. Oh, I can actually swim. I can sink like a brick. A dolphin. Sink. Sink. Oh no, not another hole. Hole. Ha ha! Fuck! I fell again. What the fuck? Oh, is this where the accident happened? Huh. Muffler. By the way, if anybody ever needs a muffler for their car, I can knit you one. Just a heads up. Is that a cloth with many hull or coin? It's coin. Oh no. Why would a car need a muffler? Isn't that to stop the wind noises on a microphone? Oh lord, I hope you're kidding. Look, I don't know cars, but oh lord, I hope you're kidding. Not an educated person. Oh my god. I can't find it. I was quoting SpongeBob. There's a part in which SpongeBob he says I think it's the one with the pie bomb. But he's talking about knitting Squidward a muffler, and it's just I've never watched it. A muffler is a car part. Esther. Achievement unlocked. Yeah, I don't recall exactly what it does, but that thing on the ground was a muffler. Again, what was up with the barrels? Yeah, well, that's where the joke is.
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Is this Donnelly then? Is this Donnelly and then Paul is another person? Well, Paul being another form of Donnelly. I can see how that whole sentence, though, it structures into everything we've heard previously about seagulls and with the chemicals, and then... Very close now. Parkour, parkour! Like a brick. Sink. Is that paint? Why candle? How candle? Who candle? Oh, it's not letting me swim out. Nope.
Come back.
Wanted to see if I could. Just wondering what that is over there. Climb, climb. No, you're right there. Come on. Ah. Oh, I did it. No, no arms. He's got spaghetti arms. Can't do it. Oh, I think I might get to see what that is over there. It's the moon mallet. Ah. It's not the fucking moon there. What the fuck? No, there's a thing right at the top of the screen there. There's been a pond, I think. Maybe. Ah, see, that's just not fair. Welcome, pond. I hope you're doing well.
I returned home with a pocket full of stolen ash. Half of it fell out of my coat and vanished into the car's upholstery. But the rest I carefully stowed away in a box I kept in a drawer by the side of my bed. It was never intended as a meaningful act, but over the years it became a kind of talisman. I'd sit still, quite still for hours, just holding the diminishing powder in my palm and noting its smoothness. In time, we will all be worn down into granules, washed into the sea and dispersed.
It's a very detailed moon. You can actually see the different seas on it. Like it. Is that technically what it is? Yeah, the moon. Yeah, the moon technically has seas, quote unquote, doesn't it? Dark parts are called seas, but they're not wet. They are younger rocks on the surface. Huh. I mean, yeah, obviously there's no water. Well, like, bodies of water on the moon. Solid magma kind of thing. Okay. Hey. It's the last one. Surprised I actually found them all. Assuming this is technically Esther then, because it's been the same urn. Tier. Urn. Urn. I wonder what these are supposed to be then. Love you can see the stars in the water. They have actual constellations, though. No. Looks very scattered and random. Oh, they are flashing, though. Popping in and out. I said that's why it's important to go ahead and look around. But I've never noticed that they're flashing like that. Thanks. Just heard a bit of radio static. Assuming that's a picture of Esther. Yeah, science on the wall. I know. I've seen it enough where it's like I don't know what it means. So Nitrowisenhaften. Is that a town? Scotland. Nitrowisenhaften. See this? This is a muffler. Funny muffler. Boo boo keys.
Hall by the roadside, by the exit for Damascus, all ticking and cooled, all feathers and remorse, all of these signals routed like traffic through the circuit diagrams of our guts, those badly written boats torn bottomless in the swells, washing us forever ashore.
Is he okay? No, his wife is dead. Flight from heaven shown around him. Oh, that is fucking paint. That totally is luminous paint. Jeez. The simile with the boats did not fall on deaf ears. Wonder if that's the reason why there's so many boats.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Letters from Esther. Foghorn or singing? Sounded more like singing. I can actually read these partially. Maybe. Probably not. Undersigned robot passports. That's the other side. Invalid passport. Yeah, I don't think these would still be afloat like this. Robot passports. Ah, it's sinking! He lied. Yeah, they're not all sunken. Oh, you know, I wasn't entirely sure if I'd actually be able to get up to the top there. I will be. Nice. I was thinking that before. I was like, the game's not gonna, you know, dick me over like that. I can see there's a bunch of writing over there. And I still cannot tell what that is. On the side. On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. What a bad place to build a bird's nest. That's another sacrifice. Also that shit. Yeah, right there. What the fuck is that? That was the thing I was seeing before, from all the way over there. Also, that was totally somebody on the ridge. Rocks? No. It didn't look like it. See as I get farther up here. Snipers. It must be. There's somebody up there. Up ahead. Let's see for certain then. The code. Yeah, I might only be able to see it again once I get towards the top there.
A sound of torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal. As I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and the calling from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
I'm not sure if Esther was in the car or not. That I can't tell. There it is. Yeah, on the train. Ah! I like that little dip. Can't walk up there at all. Not a bit.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Know about the new Fall Guys maps? No, I hadn't heard about that. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I haven't played Fall Guys in a hot minute. Not even in regards to streaming or anything. I just I haven't. Certainly not that I got bored of it anyway. Just other things I wanted to play. Limited amounts of time. Wow, what a great path. Team's Corunda one. And as he was proceeding on his journey, again, how'd you get up there? Where's your ladder? Is it up there? How long did it take him? Whoever this is. I totally missed it because there was a stutter, but... Is that seagull again? Rock climbing. Must be a very strong artist. Yes, the one-handed warrior. I'm very familiar with that. Leave it at that. as he was proceeding on his journey. He was come near to Damascus. And he was there.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Maybe just finding a way, Paul, to relate to Donnelly. And he was there days without sight. I noticed the lighting changed very dramatically. It's very oversaturated. He's got a church in his head. Fine. And neither did he eat nor drink. Without sight. Yeah, I see it now. Ha! I see sight. Ha! So I'm gonna take it then. This is Paul. We're playing as Paul. And Donnelly is just a, somebody to kind of sympathize with, who went through a similar kind of situation.
Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
That was directly after the crash. Yeah, I have no clue what the fuck that is over there. He keeps referencing Damascus, and obviously I know that's a place. I can't. Wedding ring. I can't remember if that was a more ancient place in reference to like something, or if it is where he lived? The narrator? Or Paul? I don't know. And it came to pass that as I made my journey and It's like a bunker or something. Huh. Thing looks like a dog. Sure. I see it. From further back. Too bad. Up close. The final ascent. Made my journey. I jumped. And was I can't read it this up close. Why is this like this? Night unto come night unto dawn? I feel unsafe. This isn't cozy. We've fallen quite a bit. What just jump. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. We got handrails. Okay, there it is. I was gonna say the handrail's not even connected to the cliff. Oh god. What a sight. Actually, that moon is very unrealistic. It's very close. I can't read this. Let me just step back a bit. From heaven, and yeah, it's shown on him. Could not see for the...
I have dredged these waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart.
And again, I'm back to thinking that the narrator is Donnelly. I just don't even know anymore. Being led by the hand of them. It will all be revealed. I don't think so. Like I said, there were threads speculating what the fuck was going on with anything. Me with were that were with me. Again, it is getting increasingly difficult to actually climb up because of the way the slopes are. Came into. Dude, same. I think it's a building over there. I'm still looking at it. I cannot tell what it is. Ooh. Damascus. Gonna go around in one corner and then that thing's gonna be gone. Oh wait. It looks like a ponytail. I think that's Esther. I can like vaguely see just a bit of ponytail. Ghost.
I have run out of places to climb. I will abandon this body and take to the air.
That's if you want to.
Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent. come back.
Well, that was something. That was a good fake out at the end. With, I'm not sure what to think now. Donnelly, Esther, and Paul Jacobson. I don't know if that's supposed to mean then that they're... If Donnelly Esther is like a name and then Paul Jacobson is a name, or if they're still separate people, I don't know. Yeah, you can see how I meant that, you know, nothing would really be explained, because nothing felt, you know, really explained. Sorry. So as far as I know, there was a car crash. That's all I can say for now. So, but the island is whoever the narrator is. I'm just unsure as to why it's called Dear Esther. if Donnelly Esther is, you know, the woman, the wife, I don't see why they, didn't take the same names, or maybe they were never married. Maybe that's just an assumption I'm making. I don't know, I have to look into that a bit. He burb, it's fully explained. Oh yes, of course. Yeah, I wished it let me look around once I got to the top. Maybe Esther was actually pawned along. You did not even listen to anything. I bet you just showed up back now. As soon as it was over. You didn't listen to nothing. I don't know. I'm very happy I gave this a chance again, though. It was a interesting, about a 3.5 hour experience. Okay, what are the speed run records for Dear Esther now? Dear Esther series speed run. Let's see. $17 The fastest one is 17 minutes. Oh my god. 17 minutes and 40 seconds. It just shows the time, though. Oh, there it is. Now I have to know. Nika, 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 I gotta know now. Oh, they have the developer commentary on. Yeah.
Come back.
The strats. Oh man, the strats. Also, that FOV. The player was a burb and flew there. Oh yeah, just a really tall bird. Oh, okay. Hey, big bird. Player is big bird the whole time. I think not. I don't think the player was the big bird.
So people have asked why the Dear Esther's set on
Ostrich that can fly. You know what? Oh, nobody liked this run. I like the run. I'm the first one to go like the run. What a world record. I hold the world record for for Dear Esther. Wow. That's great. That's great. No, but yeah, that was real good. Yeah, no, I'm glad I came back to that. Like I was saying too, It shows myself, I guess, that I've grown as a person, where it's like I can take I can really take everything in, just look at the sights and just take my time with things. So I beat the game in 3.5 hours versus 17 minutes and 40 seconds with the pro strat runs. Ah, man. What a gamer. What a fucking gamer. 17 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, as I said at the beginning, I thought this was such a boring game, just a walking sim. I mean, it is walking. It's basically a walking sim. I thought the bits of it, like the bit of audio, I thought it was just completely random. For the most part, it's not really at all. So fuck you, 16-year-old me. Over there, somewhere. Well, those are all baby photos. But fuck you, early me. You don't know shit. Happy 13th birthday. Go fuck yourself. If I ever bring anybody home, they're going to be majorly concerned. Why are there baby photos of you on the wall? Shh. Just don't stare at them. Don't stare at them. Let's get on the bed. But yeah, very glad I gave it a try. Technically, you could count that as part of the indie, uh, the indie summer, not summer, but in the indie thing, the indie thing, because that did come out within the past decade. So da 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 da. But yeah, I'll have to look up some theories then. Does that change my opinion on Machine for Pigs, Amnesia? No. No, it does not. Playing that and still thinking back to Amnesia. See, part of the reason is what I have a hang up about. It's not about it being different than the Dark Descent. It's about it being nothing of what the Dark Descent was, really. It's just there's no interactivity and it's just very linear. It's like, yeah, Amnesia was linear, but it had these bigger areas to actually, explore around. Like think about the prison. That whole prison section where there was tunnels and just tunnels and all this and that. There was a lot of places to go around in that. It's like I got lost a couple of times. Whereas a Machine for Pigs, it's like again, it's very straightforward. I don't remember ever being lost in that like once. Granted, that was many many years ago, but with Dear Esther being its own standalone thing, it doesn't have anything that has to live up to. Not that I'm saying that every sequel needs to be incredible, but it should be theoretically better than the original to some extent, and it's like it wasn't. There was none of the same aspects of horror, and it's like there were hardly any instances in the game in which there were enemies, if I remember correctly. There was maybe a few, like very specific points in which there was an enemy, and then like there was a technical final boss, and you had to do something with like lightning or whatever, and like there was a lightning floor, something like that. It was very weird. The design for the pig creatures were very interesting, and I like the fact that towards the end, um, they kind of started just all being out on the street ish and kind of wrecking havoc a little bit. But it's like for the most part, it was a very predictable ending that I like had seen coming. At least at the time, I remember I feel like I had seen it coming. I will say though, I am curious if Chinese Room had done anything else. No, that's not right. No, I know. Hang on. Yeah, there's a machine for pigs. Which is fucking $20. Why is Amnesia in a machine for pigs $20? Jeez. Yeah, Chinese room. There it is. Everybody's gone to the Rapture. Yeah, I've heard some stuff about that. I heard it was kind of meh. Yeah, Machine for Pigs is their only mixed reviewed one. All the other ones have mostly positive. Mostly positive. Yeah. I'm curious on this frictional collection though, right here. Okay, yeah, they're only included in that because of Machine for Pigs. Well, regardless of that, technically, if I want a game similar to this, I could play. I was thinking about playing Penumbra at some point. And then there's also Soma. I could play that sometime soon. I know Agree would flip his shit. Because I know he's mentioned he really loves Soma. I don't know, but it is, it's September. October is next month. So it'll be the spooky month. But I'm going to try to dedicate the entirety of October just to horror games. I don't think I'm going to. At least I want to try not to play anything else, and hopefully, there's not anything else really going on that I'll be playing. Like, hopefully, I can have Valhalla done within this month, and then maybe I can start all the horror stuff early at like the end of September. We'll have to see how I work all that out though. Because again, it just gets down to what I'm playing. Would there be something to do with 5 in that month? What do you mean? There are lots of things with 5. Why is the world record still up? Get out of here! Thank you. FNAF. No! 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 Not playing FNAF. I'm not good at it. I don't want to play it. Because then that means, I have to buy the other ones. I only have 1 and 2, I think. Yeah, I only have 1 and 2. It would take a sizable something for me to play FNAF. That's all I can say on that. Goodness and amount don't matter, you dumb dumb. I'm saying I should be heavily compensated. I'm gonna play FNAF. Something that I don't already want to play. And it's not because, oh, it's a spooky game. I've watched all of them. I know how the gameplay works. I mean, I'm not good at it to begin with. If it's a matter of you want me to get spooked, I mean, sure, it has jump scares. I'd get spooked. Just want to see me get spooked. If you want to see me get spooked, I have. I got a whole thing here. This whole little playlist. Sorry, folder. Full little folder right here. 15 gigabytes of just horror games and whatnot. I'll be gathering up a couple of more to play as well. And not all of these are trash, actually. Been starting to get a couple more good ones together. Together. FNAF is the first horror game I tried watching. And it'll be the last. First mistake. Last mistake. No, and even then, I feel there's nothing much I can really contribute to. Oh, hey guys, I'm playing FNAF. Ah. Not that I need to necessarily contribute anything new to anything in regards to, like, playing a game and commentating on it. Again, I only have two of the games. How much is the entire series? Is there no bundle? That's surprising. Alright. Without a sale, I would have to pay what is that? 8, 16. I'd have to pay $24 for 3, 4, and then sister location. It better be all of them. I'm seeing Help Wanted, but that's VR, isn't it? Yeah, that's VR. Yeah. No. No, I got lots of stuff planned for October though. Only issue will be me playing before work and whatnot, so it'll be like early in the afternoon, and it's like I'm scared. It's very bright out. Maybe I can get some darker curtains for then, and I can have them up. Can keep the door closed, keep the light coming through. I'll have to think on that some. Regardless, though, I'm gonna go ahead and end for tonight. Again, I feel anything else I play will be too much of a juxtaposition to what I was doing tonight. So that's okay. I appreciate your appreciation, Bri. Thank you. But yeah, a little bit different of a stream tonight. I enjoyed it. Again, I'm glad I got to play Dear Esther. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was checking out in terms of games that I'm playing right now. Again, I always fucking forget this, and I just wanna double make sure in regards to what I'm playing. I'm pretty sure all we have is Valhalla, Dark Souls with Rachel, but that's weekly, and that's not really a big deal. Valhalla, Nekopara, technically Ghost of Tsushima, but yeah, that's really it right now. So yeah. Yeah, see if we could possibly get some more interactive games, maybe. Been doing a lot of not a lot, but we got 2 visual novels going on. That's really all we have right now. Oh, this song's gonna be very somber and sad for the end. Um, but yeah, I probably won't be streaming tomorrow. I wish I had more time that I had started earlier tonight or today. Uh, but that's okay. Oh well. Just sucks having to go back to work tomorrow. At any rate, October will be coming up soon. Start getting the horror games out and about. Uh, I need to actually focus on getting a list together in terms of some of my stuff. Some of the games I already own, I'll consider playing. Let's see if I can get to any of those. Like not just the random indie games that nobody for the most part has heard of, but some of the bigger ones. Trying to say it, maybe like Outlast. Not Outlast 2 though. Not Outlast 2. I refuse as of right now to play Outlast 2. Regardless though, that's all I got for now. But I'll be back on Wednesday. And I'll try to stream throughout the rest of the week by that point. Yeah, I just need tonight to do some stuff. Not have to worry about getting to sleep immediately. Anywho, if you'd like to keep up to date on streams, go ahead and join the Discord. Otherwise, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. You get notified whenever I go live next. And yeah. Again, I appreciate y'all being here for this more odd kind of stream without the webcam. All that good stuff. Appreciate you. Love you. Mwah. So yeah. Don't forget to two-hand your binoculars. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.